we have talked about, still we will cover the basic. There is some problem with the connection. Okay. First is seasonal inventory. Seasonal inventory is keeping inventory during low demand for use in the high demand. Keeping inventory in the low demand period for use in the high demand period. So when the demand is low, you keep the inventories, you stock the inventories. When the demand is high, you sell the inventories or you use the inventories. If the inventories are raw materials, and if the inventories are finished goods, you sell the inventories. Then is decoupling inventories. That is disengaging different parts of the production system. You disengage different parts of the production system, different categories, and you set up inventories for each of them. Whenever necessary, you will integrate those parts and start using the production system. This is decoupling inventory. Cycle inventory. Cycle inventories of purchases are done in cycles, not in lots. That is not in a total lot where you purchase at time. You purchase in cycle means you're not purchasing for the whole year or for the whole 2 years at time. You are purchasing in phases. You're purchasing from the seller, the inventory is getting exhausted, you're purchasing again. Again, the inventory is getting exhausted, you're purchasing again. So this way, a cycle goes on. The cycle helps in building rapport with the seller also. And you get used to the seller also. That is cycle inventory. Next is pipeline inventory. Pipeline inventory is also called transit inventory. Transit inventory is, suppose you have ordered for something and it is coming from one part of the country to the other part. Now in between, when it is coming through train or through trucks or through airplane, whatever, it is yours. The goods are yours. But try to understand, you cannot use them. They are in pipeline. They are coming. Once they come and reach your warehouse, then you can use them. So these inventories are inventories but in pipeline. So to separate it out, which part of the inventory is pipeline, which is in your stock, so that you can understand that which are the actual usable inventories. Pipeline inventories are not usable inventories until they become actual inventories. Okay. Next is safety inventories. Safety inventories are like, suppose this is my inventory level. This is my inventory level. This is my x-axis, this is my y-axis. X-axis means time, y-axis means inventory level. Now from here, as time progresses, my inventory also goes down. My inventory level goes down. It goes down here. I place order here. As per the lead time, I get the inventories here. And again, the stock is full. Again, I start using the inventory. Again, I place the order here. I receive the inventories here and my inventory is full. So this is basically on an assumption that the demand is not fluctuating. But in case demand is fluctuating, instead of demand being like this, if the demand is like this, then I will stock out faster than my actual time when it is supposed to get exhausted. The actual time when the inventory is supposed to get exhausted, I'll exhaust my inventory faster than that. So for that, I will use a safety inventory here. I will use a safety inventory here. So when the inventory falls also, if the demand is too high, it goes into the safety stock. I don't exhaust the inventory, it goes into the safety stock till I get the inventories again and it becomes full. So this part will be taken care of, the safety inventory will be taken care of later in the chapter, but for the time being you understand that we are keeping an inventory below the normal level of inventory as a safety stock. This is called safety inventory. Okay. Next is costs associated with inventories. What are the costs? First is purchasing cost. Purchasing cost is normal cost of purchase of the materials, of the raw materials or the finished goods or work in progress items. Whatever is the cost price, that is the purchasing cost. Next is there are other costs also that you have to keep in mind while purchasing inventory. Other costs means ordering cost means cost of the clerks, those who are working, cost of billing, cost of transport. These are all costs associated with which can also be called costs. These are ordering costs. Next is setup cost. Setup cost is same as ordering cost except you develop or build the inventory in your own backyard. You're developing inventory yourself. You're not buying from someone, you're developing, you're making inventories on your own. Now, for that, you have to set up the machines, train the laborers, or hire the laborers. So, for that, also, you need certain amount of cost. That is called setup cost. Next is carrying cost. To keep the inventory with you, you require certain cost also. If you want to keep the inventory with you, you still require certain cost, like electricity cost, supervision, rent cost, rent of the place where you are keeping inventory, or if you are out in the warehouse department, it is possible that you are out there cost. Caption. Just hold on for a second. Okay. Next is stock out cost. Stock out cost is, as I have told you, if you don't keep a safety stock, you might get stock out because of fluctuations in demand. If the demand is too high, suddenly you may see that you don't have any inventory. That is stock out cost. Okay. Next, the concept of inventory management. We have dealt with this, but still we will deal with this once again. There are 4 questions you have to ask yourself. 4 questions. What to purchase, how much to purchase, where to purchase, and where to store. What to purchase means what are the items you have to purchase. How much to purchase is the calculation. Is the calculation part of the inventory management chapter. That how much to purchase, what is the optimum level, where to purchase, that is from whom to purchase, where to store. It is not necessary that inventory is always going to be inside your factory. Inventory can be spread all across the country. So where to store is also a concern. So where you will store the inventory. And to maintain the optimal level of inventory. Optimum level of inventory, we will come later into the chapter. What is optimum level of inventory? There are 2 costs that are mixed together to make the optimum level of inventory. One is the inventory carrying cost, and one is the inventory ordering cost. Ordering cost becomes lower as your inventory becomes higher, and inventory carrying cost becomes higher as inventory becomes higher. So there is a trade-off. You have to create a trade-off. This trade-off, the minimum point of the trade-off is the EOQ, economic order quantity. So while studying economic order quantity, we will talk about this trade-off. So this is the optimum level of inventory. Okay. What are the objectives of inventory management? Carefully listen. The objectives are divided into two types. One is operational objectives, the other is financial objectives. Under operational objectives, we have availability of material, minimizing of wastage, promotion of manufacturing efficiency, better service towards customers, control of production level, optimum level of inventories. These are your operational objectives. And financial objectives are economy in purchasing, that is, you must decide the best price to be purchased at, optimum investment and efficient use of capital, reasonable price, not too high, not too low, should be reasonable price, and minimizing costs. These are the financial objectives. Then we come to classification of inventories. Inventory items. Classification of inventory items. Each inventory item can be classified into one of the classification zones that I'm going to read out now, and you have the slides with you. ABC classification is one of them. VED classification, HML classification, FSN classification, GOLF classification, SOS classification, XYZ classification, and SDE classification. These are the classifications in which you can classify the inventory items, amongst which the most important is ABC classification. Based on this classification, you give importance to the items. Which item is more important? Which item is to be bought first? Which item may be kept for buying later? Which item must be bought more frequently? Which item might be bought in phases? So all these things can be answered by these classifications. Amongst this, ABC VE classification is the most important classification. Your exam code has already been given to you. Give your exam, and thank you for today. Thank you.